Hi friends, I am Krishna Mohan. Today we are going to learn about the basics of variables in Python. Okay, let's open PyCharm. Okay, I already discussed about how to create a project in PyCharm. Okay, uh, okay, right. So here, how to create a you have to create a project through create new project. You have to click on that. Okay, and after that give the name to the project. Suppose sample project. Okay, project. Okay, if you want to change the location, okay, if you want to store in separate in some uh, other path, if you want to mention some other path, you can mention from here. Okay, we already discussed about that. Okay, then create. Okay, some of the tips are coming. Okay, the virtual environment is being created. Okay, it will take some time to create the virtual environment. Okay, so I don't want to look into the tips now. If you want to use this pie chart in a better way, so you can means you see these tips. Okay, so I'm closing it. Right. Okay. So sample project is being created. In this, I wanted to create a module. Okay. So what I will be doing is I will be creating a package. That is what is the module. Okay. So right click on the project, new Python package. Okay. Name some module one. Okay. Enter. Okay. Package has been created. That is module one. So in that I wanted to write a program, a Python program. I have to create a Python file. So right click on the module or the package, new Python file. Okay. So sample file for variables. Okay. For one. Okay. Now you are learning only the basics. Okay. Later we will be learning the depth of what is variable and all those things. Okay. Enter. Okay, here we got the file where we have to write the program. Okay, so before going into this, first you should be familiar with some of the variables. So what I will be doing is first I will be writing the console. Also Python console is there where I will be writing the program as well as in the editor also, this file also. Okay, both the things you have to know. No, so here is the Python console. Okay, see here, it is better if it will be inside. Okay, so right click, move to okay, right top. Okay, I have moved it so that there will be a better view. Okay, or this one I will keep it here. Okay, it will be better. Okay, see now in Python, if I'm writing the code here, okay, this is the console. Here also you can write the code, but if you want to write the program, you have to write it in the file. Okay, so here the basic thing. Suppose in the other what you call languages, if you want to declare a variable, what you have to do, you have to give the name, and we have to give the data type, okay, and all those things. But in Python, there is no need of uh, means giving the data type, okay. By the value only, it will be taking the data type, okay. So how it is done, we'll see. So suppose if I am saying 5, I'm entering here, say 5 is been printed, okay. So if I'm saying some 3 plus 2, what is the answer? 5, okay. So you no need to means take the means initialize means what you called declare the variable. It is automatically considering 3 as integer and 2 as the another integer, and it is adding both the things, and it will giving the answer 5, okay. So suppose then if I wanted to suppose declare a variable, suppose some x is equal to, if I am saying x is equal to 2, okay, and enter, okay. And if I wanted to print the value of x, then what is the value of x? X is equal to 2 is been printed, okay. See how simple it is, this language, okay. uh, this here you have to understand that if I am saying some x is equal to 2, means in normal languages what happens, this is how we are declaring a variable normally. Means this means that the value of 2 is being assigned to x, okay. In memory, how it happens, we'll try to explain this thing, okay. Okay, right. And suppose that x is equal to 2, means suppose that what happens in this memory, mm, okay, somewhere in the memory uh, 2 will be stored, okay. First somewhere in the memory 2 will be stored, means 2 here is the value, that is here 2 is the object. Here in Python everything is the object, so 2 is also is the object, okay. We'll see if it is an object, what is the class, okay. So first what happens, if I am saying x is equal to 2, in normal languages what happens, there will be a means the memory space will be created with some, suppose if I am saying int x is equal to 2, means there will be, if it is Java, 2 bytes of memory space is being created, okay. And the in that 2 will be stored, and the name of that memory space will be x. But here it is not like that, okay. So here first 2 will be initialized somewhere in the memory. Suppose 2 is initialized in somewhere, some memory, okay. This is the memory thing, that this is the memory, and the x will refer to that value, means x will be there, and this x will be referring to this, sorry, x will be referring to this memory space, okay. Here it will be, the concept is like this, okay. This means that first 2 will be stored somewhere in the memory, and x will be referring to this value, okay. So we'll see that, okay, that's what it happens, okay. So suppose that if I am saying um, some x is equal to 3, if I am saying x is equal to 3, then what happens? If I print x, then 3 is been printed. This means that here you may be thinking that, okay, uh, x may be means the value of 2 is replaced with 3, but it doesn't happen like that, okay, in Python. Actually, if I am saying some x is equal to 3, then what happens, there will be some another memory space where 3 will be stored, okay, and now this x will not be referring to this value, means now this x will not be referring, I am treating it, okay, but this x will be referring to this value, okay. So in this way it happens, okay. So you might be thinking, okay, what I am saying is right or wrong, okay. So let's what you do, suppose the same thing, um, you will see the same thing in this file, okay. uh, it is better to work here, okay, not in the console, okay. So now I am closing it, and let's do the same thing in this file, okay. So what I will be doing is x is equal to 2, okay. If I am pressing enter, or if I say x is equal to, it will not print like that, the value of x. So to print the value of x, what I have to do, I have to use the method, inbuilt method on Python, that is print, print, print x, okay. And I will run it, run, here it is run, first time, so that's why it is showing that, okay. Then what is the output we are getting? 2. Okay, this I will be shifting to right, it will be better. Okay, so see, 2 is been printed, right, good. Then what I will be showing now, I will be I wanted to know what is the address that x is referring to. So what I will be doing is, instead of printing x, I wanted to print the address. So there is a method called id of x. So I wanted to know what this x is referring to. This x is referring to which address. So I will run it. Okay, here I got the address. Okay, now what I will be doing is, now I will be assigning x is equal to 3. Okay, now I have changed the value. In normally in other languages, what happens, if I change the value will be, the value of the 2 will be replaced with 3. But here in this case in Python, it will not happen like that, okay. A separate 3 will be stored in a separate memory location, and x will be referring to 3 instead of referring to 2, okay. We will see, again we will print the id of x, print id of x, and you will be seeing, I will run it, you will be seeing that this address and this address are different. This means that the 3 and 2 are the values which are stored in different memory locations, okay. And here x is referring to this memory location, and now the x is referring to different memory locations, see here, okay. Now you might be thinking that, okay, uh, already means now suppose that I will be taking this one, okay. Now of previously the x was referring to 2, but now the x was referring to 3, okay. So what about this 2, this memory space? Okay, because there is nothing, means no variable is referring to this value. So is it useless? You may be thinking like that. Okay, definitely it is a useless. If you are not using, if you are not any variable, if any variable is not referring to that value, then what happens to this memory location? Means after some time there is a concept called garbage collection, where uh, this memory will be deallocated. Okay, you no need to worry about this memory. Okay, the garbage collector will take care of all those things. So, and we'll learn about the garbage collector, how it happens. We will be discussing that. Okay, now if there is another case, suppose if I wanted some value y is equal to 2. If I write some value y is equal to 2, then what happens? Let guess. Okay, what happens? You see, normally if I take the other languages, what happens? Then again new memory space will be allocated, and in the my memory space 2 will be stored, and y will be the name of that memory space in other languages. But in Python it will not happen like that. In Python, what happens, if I am saying y is equal to 2, again this 2 is already there in the memory. The value of 2 is already there in memory, and now the y will be referring to this 2. Okay, so that's what the Python is so popular, because of its memory management. Okay, so it is using the memory in a better way, right? If I compare to the other languages, so what happens here now? uh, Y will be referring to X. If you don't write Y is equal to X, then what happens? What happens? The garbage collector will come after some time, and it will be taking that memory space. Okay, so you might be thinking, okay, is it right or not? We will be seeing. Okay, we will be printing the address of Y. We will check whether the same address is being printed or not. Okay, so print, sorry, ID of Y. Okay, let's run it. Okay, see here, previously the address of 2 was this one. Okay, then the address of 3 is this one. Then here again, see, Y is referring to the same, this previous first address only. See here, the first address is been printed, means Y is referring it to the address in which the 2 is been stored. So see how good this language is. Okay, this is the main importance concept which you have to know. Okay, so in the other videos, will be going depth into the variable section about strings and all those things. But in this video, you have to. This is the main important thing about the variables. Okay, hope you understood the concept of how the memory will be allocated for the variables. And here, uh, the 2 is the value, but here in the value, but it is also an object. Okay, here 2 is considered the object. So you might be thinking, okay, it is an object, then which class it belongs? Okay, so we will be talking about this in the coming classes. Okay, uh, thank you for watching.